Hey guys, today's video is going to be a little bit different. I've been asked over the last couple days about my thoughts about the entire Twitch situation, what's going on, what do I think about the revenue split, do I think Twitch is going down, do I think this is good for creators, bad for creators, and so I want to sit down today and actually have like a direct and honest and almost visceral conversation with you guys today about what Twitch is, what it is not, and what essentially I see a lot of people fall into, issues and struggles and addictions with. Especially in terms of this. This is something that's very personal and very, meaningful to me as somebody who, I spend a lot of time studying the algorithm. I spend a lot of time studying these platforms, trying to understand it. Now, I'm a dad. If you, for some reason, get this video and you're not subscribed and you have no clue who the hell I am and why my opinion matters, my name is Brian. This is my primary channel. I like taking video games, probably too much, but it is what it is. I got 5 kids. I love making content. I do a lot of this research and study so that if they decide to step into this as young adults here when they grow up, that I can be, a guide, somebody to help teach them what the heck's going on. I also take the education and the lessons that I learn through all of my studies and experiments within the algorithms and give them to you guys for free as well. So be sure to check those out if you want. Sometimes they're there. I think there's a playlist. It's not important. That's not the relevant concept of this video. So I want to talk to you guys a couple of things. Now, I think I want to talk directly and bluntly about Twitch. Not even talking about revenue splits, right? We'll talk about revenue here in a couple of minutes in this video. I think revenue is important. And there's some things in that they had that I really want to share with you guys. Because I am a Twitch partner. I do receive revenue from that. Chris and I share a channel, me and my friend Chris. He takes the bulk of the revenue because that's his primary source of income. And so a Twitch Prime sub is incredible, but we are also on a 50-50 split. We've always been on 50-50 split. We actually achieved whatever was supposed to be achieved, but they turned off the 70-30 split for a long time ago. So that 70-30 split would have made a huge difference in our lives. We're not the big guys. A lot of people aren't the big guys. In fact, if Twitch came out and said that we're going to do 50-50 split on Prime subs, and we'll do 70-30 up to like a certain cap, and then after that 50-50, I think this would have been a fine situation overall. But 50-50 overall, we'll talk more about that because I'm sure somebody's not going to like my opinion, but that's the internet, right? It all shakes out when people ask for opinions. But streaming is not my full-time ambition. I think a lot of people look at streaming as this kind of mystical wonderland where you see and hear all these big names, but you don't end up seeing all the kind of the work and hours that they put into it. Streaming really kind of grew, and a lot of these streamers grew with these platforms, just like within YouTube and within Twitch. A lot of the names that maybe, and people will even discount them. They're like, oh, they're not that good, or I don't like them. I don't know why people are talking about them. Well, ultimately, they're a household name. You see them, they have learned how to manage algorithms. They learned that this is a game of attention. And that's what social media is. It's about giving and getting attention, and people have been able to hijack that and grow from that. Your dislikes are attention. Your likes are attention. You're talking about somebody positively or negatively, attention. And this is something that I have great concerns with. Again, as I see my kids grow up and develop, and keeping them off of social media, but letting myself kind of ideally be the first line through the door to be able to take all the, the crap that life will throw at you in it, to be able to learn these lessons and ideally, hopefully help educate, my kids, but also even your kids as well. In fact, that's actually, I give a lot of talks to parents out there, the dangers of social media and what really is happening behind the scenes. But in terms of Twitch, a lot of people, and I continue to tell people, I will congratulate you when you message me and tell me you hit affiliate. I wish I could speak better. It's just not my skill set. I'm sorry. But when you reach out and you say that, I'm going to tell you congratulations, but I will tell you stop applying for affiliate. It is the literal worst thing that you can do for yourself. Twitch is awful when it comes to these kind of contracts. In fact, Twitch in its exclusivity partner deal is awful. Now they've lessened some of that, and I think we're going to see a lawsuit at some point. Ninja is actually kind of leading the front line of this, and I don't know if it's his team that's going to bring a lawsuit to Twitch or if it's somebody else's, because what you see is that for him, by multi-streaming, his Twitch numbers are up. Numbers go up. Platform choice should be your choice. It should be my freedom, and that it should be Twitch's competitive nature to drive people to its platform because they have the better experience. And that's what this shows, and that's what I hope we'll see. But I think we're years away from that, unfortunately. It's going to take somebody willing enough to go toe to toe. The good news is Twitch is based in California. And California probably would lean into the sign of, against them in this regards. There is obviously a caveat, a cutout for anybody out there. Obviously not a lawyer, but if you had a exclusive content deal, not the partner agreement in the deal, and that ends up becoming something interesting. I've got Hogue Law scheduled to come up on our podcast later this year. Maybe we'll talk about that as an opportunity down the road for content creation. But in terms of that, the affiliate deal locks you in. You might make a little bit of money, and that's how they're going to try and sucker you into this. And they're going to want to keep asking you more and more. The other side of this is they're also running more and more ads. Now, I'll tell you hands down, I just finished a stream today over on Twitch. Twitch handles the ads because that's what I told them to do. I was like, stop telling me to run ads. If you want to run ads, because their structure with subscriptions and not running ads puts a hard cap on the money that they can potentially make. Twitch has to run ads. This isn't an if, ands, or buts. And if you're going to sit here and think that they're the bad guy for running ads, let me tell you, YouTube is right around the corner for live stream content. YouTube is right around the corner for running ads. What happened was over in the spring, Twitch would constantly pop up when I was doing a stream over there and saying, hey, run an ad? You want to run an ad? YouTube is now doing the same thing. So I don't think YouTube is too far behind. When it comes to live stream content, these companies are trying to have to figure it out. And I think as content creators and content consumers, there's an argument to be had that we want these things to be profitable, so we want them to continue to exist. Now, if you don't want them to continue to exist, I don't know why you're in this video, but I totally understand that mindset, not wanting to have a live thing interrupted, because then there's just a million other live things. So let's get back to Twitch though as a focus, because that's kind of what this what you guys have asked me about. The core of it is that running ads obviously interrupts the view. That drives then some revenue, obviously with Prime subs or, gifted subs or what have you, but they're still always at that 50%. In fact, if you want to support a streamer and you have Prime, that's the best way. That's the absolute best way to do so. If you want to do it on our channel, the link's in the description. Thank you so much. It's a manual thing you have to do every month. I have to do a better job at reminding people of that, because especially for people at our size in terms of content creation, this is a game. Prime is a game changer. I don't know if anybody I don't know if the big dogs would say the same thing. Maybe they do. Maybe I've heard them joke that their job is all about farming those Prime subs, but it is what it is, right? But then prevents ads, and so there's no more money that they're going to make off of you, that viewer. And so they have to run ads. Twitch has to get into a place where they're starting to get growth. YouTube's crushing them, but not in terms of technology. Twitch has the best technology. And honestly, I wouldn't mind streaming over on Twitch and here on YouTube and on Facebook and on TikTok and all of that at the same time. But some agreements prevent me from doing so. Now, the recent update allows me to actually go to YouTube and Chris to go to Twitch, because there's two of us. We've got two separate streams. We're handling it definitely differently, which maybe is skirting the law or the line in the sand, but it works. And at the end of the day, I think that's essentially the best thing that we can do for ourselves, for the up and coming content creator, or for the adult, especially if you're out there and you're listening to this and you got kids. Streaming is a complete and utter waste of your time. I didn't actually do any streaming until I had years and years of video content. Streaming's discovery platform isn't there and working for you. They'll let you grind yourself to an absolute halt. They'll destroy every ounce of joy that you have in playing and making that kind of content, because at some point you're just going to keep hitting walls. You're going to want to take a nap. You're going to get sick. Your kids are going to need you. Your family's going to need you. And that audience themselves, they're going to go find somebody else to watch that's live. Live content is competitive content. VOD video content like this is collaborative content. This video is going to recommend to the side of you multiple other videos that you can watch. After this plays, it will run into another video that you can consume. It is collaborative, right? So live stream content, my advice that I continue to give people is it's an event-based experience. There is something going on and we all want to talk about it and sharing it together. There are people who can make it by grinding, and they will grind, and they'll grind harder and faster than you can, because guess what? That's the way that life is, right? There's always going to be somebody bigger and better than you, as the old adage goes back in the day. And so when it comes down to it, like, I don't want you to invest your time in Twitch. I want you to invest your time in discovery if you're trying to be a content creator. And if that frustrates you, if that deflates you, like I'm not trying to deflate you. I'm trying to spare you from hitting that wall that everybody continues to tell me that they hit. 50-50 isn't going to change your life in that regards, especially on the smaller side. On the medium to large side, honestly, it always felt weird and unfair, and it always kind of felt like we were getting our like face kicked in, getting rejected over and over again, not understanding what the rules are. So them normalizing it to 50-50, okay, that's their call. I think they should have normalized it to 70-30, like I said at the beginning of this video. I think if there was a monetary issue and a cost issue for them running streams, which that in and of itself could be a whole like topic, you know, how they are buying it from themselves. Like I understand it, I get it. They're giving us the public quotes, not the employee discount, but they could have even said, let's say it was 100K. We do not make 100K. Like we are barely surviving. And so opening up a membership here, like at $1, I love that YouTube gives me that flexibility. I put out a call to action for you guys. If you like my content, honestly, we're at $127 members. I would love to get to 200. Ultimately, I want to get to 1,000 of that, because content creation is scary. It's got its up and downs. This causes a lot of mental stress on a lot of people out there. And it might not feel good. It might not make sense when you have those conversations, but just imagine if your paycheck was random. Like one month, it might be, you know, you might be like, oh, right, this is great. We can actually pay the bills. And then a couple other months, you're like, I don't know what we're doing. That's content creation, right? So membership in and of itself makes it an even keel. And so that's what I personally have a goal. So if you guys feel like jumping in on that, the button's down below. Thank you so much for your support. It honestly means the world to me. It really does. It's all about the volume. It's actually not about the money. It's about the volume of people able to do $1 a month, which is mind blowing. But also watching these videos is support. Anyhow, I think they should have like said at $100,000 up. Okay, now it's 50-50, right? Being able to provide the people who want to make the content. But here's the real kicker. Here's the catch. They have no need to do so yet. Will people leave Twitch? Maybe. But there's 1,000, a million, 100, whatever, ready to step in and take that spot. It's competitive. It's very competitive. Again, YouTube is collaborative. So my advice stands that you shouldn't sign any deals with Twitch. Like we shouldn't give them any money. We legitimately, if you're going to do the best thing for you as a content creator, it should be to go everywhere. It should be what the Ninja plan is. The nice thing about Ninja's plan for him is he's a multimillionaire. Like it's not going to impact him as much. And what it does, and if he is able to show he's bringing more traffic to Twitch and he's not getting paid for that, that's honestly where I think his end game is. I don't know if that's the play that he's thinking of, but that's honestly how I think this ends up shaking out here in a year or two. Hey, I've doubled my numbers on Twitch or something like that. I'm not getting paid for that. Like, what's going on? And so that's essentially where I see that shaking out. Twitch isn't here for you. They know that that we content creators are expendable. There's you're going to burn out, and live content isn't. The reality is that it can be fun and it should be an event, but it shouldn't be your everyday grind. It shouldn't be your everyday grind. And that's the best thing that I can continue to remind people and tell people. You would do better to pick up a class and learn cool video editing tricks to kind of make videos stand out better, because YouTube's discovery engine is fantastic. YouTube's discovery engine is going to help you grow people who like your content. And then essentially when you kind of have that under your belt, then hitting go live on occasion can be an exciting and fun thing. Going about it the other way, just being live, imagine, imagine who do you go look for live people from, and then think about how you found those live people. Some people do look for live people. I'm just looking for something live to kind of hang out and chat in. Some people do, but the vast majority, I would venture to bet, if you're honest with yourself, is that you discovered somebody's live stream because you found a video or a short or something else that came up. And that's the reality of it. I don't think YouTube's revenue split is really going to change the needle. I think they have to actually get more into ads. And it's interesting because even if you're a member, you still get ads, like YouTube, YouTube doesn't have that limiter. They do have premium, which they're going to happily sell you. And honestly, if I was going to make an ad for anything, premium's fantastic. I have it for me and my whole family. I don't see ads on YouTube. But I know that they're probably going to be coming, and that's going to be the real sad or crazy thing about it. Now, I'm going to check my notes and make sure that I talked about everything I wanted to talk about. Very pro the fact that they have issued-ish gambling being cut out. I was when I found out that there was gambling and slots on the site, like I even have a video, you probably go find it. Like, what the hell is this? Like, this is bad. Like, this is very dangerous. So happy to see that. Honestly, I stand by the 70-30. Even if they want to, again, have Prime subs, a Prime sub still could be just 50-50. Like that would be fine. And then any kind of tier support, any kind of money coming from somebody should match every other platform out there. In fact, I think Facebook has the best, but Facebook doesn't even know what the hell it's doing. The reality content creation is, guys, is that it's going to be incredibly, incredibly rare if you just continue to hit go live and to build a community around that. It does happen. It happens. But I would venture to bet the reason why, like, if you ever hung out on my live streams and stuff, it's because of a video that you found. Because I do not have the time to stream all the time, nor do I have, I think, the energy. You can see clearly after a couple hours on a live stream, energy drops. Like, that's a talent. That's a skill. A lot of people have built that muscle memory, that talent up. I commend them for that. But the thing is like, if people do leave Twitch and they're streaming on Facebook, like, Facebook's got to step it up, like in terms of the tools that it has. So that's just what I want to say. Those are just my thoughts. A lot of people kind of make it a kind of a deal out of it. And it's like, I just kind of, I don't know. I don't want to be a cynic all the time, but it just kind of feels like, yeah, I mean, why wouldn't they? They're still going to lock us into that platform. Now, if they were going to say 50-50 split and you can also stream everywhere, I wouldn't mind as much. I think that would have been a better announcement. Not you can stream here or you can stream there, but you can't, like, the multi-stream is the best thing for, I think, Twitch in a way, because that's just what some of the numbers show. I think the multi-stream is best for the creator. And honestly, I think it's best for the viewer, because they get the choice of where they want to watch and what they want to consume and what kind of experience they want to have. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for listening. Hopefully I didn't ruin your aspirations for content creation. I really would encourage you, if you've ever wanted to try it, please try it. And if there's anything I can do to help, let me know. I'm not going to shoot. I'm not going to pull straws. I will congratulate you, even if you do things that I don't think were the right call, because I love you. And I want you guys, I'm a very cheerful person, a very, I would have made a great cheerleader, maybe in another life or something like that. Guys, thanks so much for your time. Hopefully you got something good from this video. Hopefully I'll see you in my next one, but until then, take care.